Okay, so a live look now, Disney World this morning. You can see Epcot in the distance there. Just days after Magic Kingdom Splash Mountain ran dry. After 31 years, riders took their final splashdown before it closed for good on Sunday, with some waiting nearly 4 hours at the height of the day. Disney announcing in 2020 that it was planning to reimagine the ride after mounting complaints for its connection to the 1946 film Song of the South, which has been criticized for racial stereotypes and its nostalgic view of the post-Civil War South. The ride will be redesigned with Disney's Princess and the Frog in mind, a movie featuring Disney's first Black princess, Tiana. Still, a 2020 Change.org petition to save Splash Mountain is still getting signatures, with 99,000 people supporting the movement so far. The petition says that people don't understand one of the characters in Song of the South, who many have deemed to be a stereotype of a spiritual Black man, and claims there is a misunderstanding of his relationship with his employers on a Georgia plantation, which takes place after the Civil War. It goes on to say modifying Splash Mountain will not change history and will only encourage the easily offended to continue making desperate attempts at finding offensive and additional attractions. Back with us, CNN anchor and correspondent and host of CNN podcast, The Assignment, with Audie Cornish. Audie Cornish. Okay, that was a lot. I mean,
it's a lot in general.
Yeah,
for you.
Look,
But there's a lot there.
Yeah, the culture wars are exhausting. They are.
It's a ride.
I mean, look, maybe there's going to be this big movement that's justice for Splash Mountain, but the truth is Disney is in this, got caught up in the culture wars the last couple of years. And right as the company is making sure to refocus on parks, which is the big revenue generator, you have this kind of issue coming up, putting them back in the news, which is not ideal. I hesitate to engage on the whole Song of the South part of it, because I feel like it's practically an American pastime to kind of justify the legacy and history of things related to the Civil War. I mean, that is actually part of the history and aftermath of the war itself, is this romanticization of anything connected to it. You guys are probably more into Disney World than I am. I mean, is this like that?
No.
Okay, tell me, is this the most
taking the
exciting
kids.
splash you can do there?
I don't know. I've been like one. I went last year with the kids, but we're going again soon. I'm interested in how you think big picture. Like, you talk about Disney focusing on the parks and being really lucrative. They've got a new guy in charge again. The old guy is back. He's not old, but the former CEO, Bob Iger, is back. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see how he deals with these culture wars with Ron DeSantis, because he was really outspoken on this, the sort of broader issue when Florida went after Disney about a year ago. Than Bob Chapek was. So do you think new management changes things?
I mean, it'll be interesting to see how they try and walk the line. Disney has done so much in the last few decades to really modernize its programming and the stories it's telling children, the way it presents families and ideas about families. That's very disruptive to people who see it fundamentally as a legacy brand and as something that is supposed to kind of look the same forever. You know what I mean? Like, Mickey Mouse always looks the same, basically. And I think that seeing this pushback now has been very jarring for them, and it will be interesting to see how this
You can keep
boss
Mickey
comes
Mouse
back to it.
and do important things. Like, one of our favorite movies in our household is Disney's more recent Princess and the Frog. And it is important for our children to see that diversity in these princesses. Come on.
Yeah, and I think, again,
that's the key, I think.
Yeah.
That's the key, is moving forward and doing characters that are more diverse. So listen, I think I have a
So you're saying, would they be fighting about it if the Splash Mountain wasn't moving to a film that was POC centered?
So this is what I feel very similarly as I felt about Gone with the Wind. So we were talking about DeSantis and this whole idea of this is why you should be teaching these things, right, in schools. I think that this can be a teachable moment. I hate that cliche, but I think you can keep Splash Mountain and whatever it was based on, and then teach kids about it. Look, Splash Mountain, you don't have to go to Splash Mountain, but kids have to go to a school. I would prefer that my kids not go to a school named Robert E. Lee. I would prefer the name to come off of it. But for a ride that is voluntary, that you're going to go there for, and it has a history, you can leave it and teach kids there and say, look, this ride was created around this movie, which was a stereotype of black, whatever.
I know, but it's like I don't
think that-
don't go to corporate media for teachable moments, unfortunately. I mean,
but you don't have
that's
to go to
not
Disney.
how this works. No one is going to be at Splash Mountain thinking about like Eyes on the Prize or something. Like it's a dopey ride, and I think sometimes we let people move the goalpost on culture wars discussions by drawing people into this kind of battle over this, very silly thing. It really gets you tied up in the things that do not matter. It is more significant for Governor Ron DeSantis to be tearing into the classroom saying what should and shouldn't be on the curriculum. It's far less so about like what colors Splash Mountain is painted. I think it's a distraction from real political issues.
Well, I'm just for me, it's just a solution that if you want to keep Splash Mountain the way it is, again, it is voluntary. It is
the
an
long
amusement
list of
park.
things people want to keep the way it is gets longer and longer, right? I mean, that is part of this issue, right? Like time marches on. There's plenty of things that we don't do anymore, including vaudeville. But this idea now that there are like these certain traditions that only certain people get to pick and choose which ones we should keep, it's pervasive and it's exhausting.
But don't you think, it depends on what it is. Like, it should be case by case, don't you think? It's not, there's
Yeah,
not
but
like
who decides?
I think we decide.
Well,
I
it
think we
sounds
were
like
talking about
people
the
with
change.org.
petitions decide. Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
This
what
is
does
like
change.org mean?
What
It's
was it?
anybody.
The 21,000 signatures to change it.
But change.org is
Yeah.
someone
I'm
can
not
just
a
go
gr-
on and
I'm-
keep voting and voting and voting. So it doesn't really matter. What does change.org mean?
Yeah, no, change.org is important. I'm just saying that I think sometimes when we get riled up in these debates, we have to say to ourselves, what is this really about? Who's really behind it? And how much of a difference does it make to our material lives?
So you think Splash Mountain makes that much of a difference?
I'm saying people splash away. It's fine. And if
Yeah,
you need to
line
put
of
on
the
headphones
morning.
and play Song of the South to enjoy that ride, you get your life, But I don't really think that is a hill you want to die on.
I do watch some of the cartoons, and I'm like, it's cringy.
I watched
It's very
Peter Pan.
cringy.
That's
the
a whole
kids, and I
other
was
debate.
like-
I mean, I won't be playing Dumbo in my house, but I mean, Disney knows that, right? That's why they have
Yeah.
made the changes they have.
Thank
you.
you, Audie. Someone
Love that.
messaged me
That's
after your
great.
last segment with us in the 6 a.m. hour and said how great it was, and I said she's a gift to our network.
Oh,
and you are.
thank you,
Thanks for being
thank
here.
you,
Gift
thank
to
you.
the
Check us in
world.
the
It is.
mail.
You can listen. Audie's a gift to your ears, too. You can listen to her podcast, The Assignment with Audie Cornish. It's available wherever you get your pod.